Although it looks very different, question 3 and also question 4 from Unit 8 are almost precisely the same as question 1. Let's think what happens when someone wins a lottery. The state, which pays the lottery winner, needs to set aside a large quantity of money, just enough so that they can pay the winner what they're supposed to pay each year. The money that they set aside is used up partly year by year, and the remainder is invested in such a way that it earns interest. Suppose, as in question 3, the lottery winner will earn $20,000 each year. How much money will the state need to set aside? Let's guess and goal seek. We'll imagine that the state sets aside $500,000. We'll look to see how much money remains in the state's account, not the lottery winners, but the state's, at the beginning and the end of each year. The problem tells us that the winner begins to be paid when they're 25. They get paid when they're 26, and so on every year until they're 80 years old. The problem also tells us that the state earns interest on the money they have not yet spent. The interest they earn is 5%. Just before the state begins to pay the winner, the state has $500,000 set aside. At the beginning of each year, it subtracts $20,000 from this amount and uses it to pay the winner. If the state sets aside $500,000, then it will start the first year of payment with $480,000 left in its account. During the year, that amount will earn interest. And at the end of the year, there will be more than $480,000. The total in the account will be that plus the interest earned. Already, we can see that the state is setting aside too much money. The state has set aside money, and the amount of money is increasing. It should be decreasing in such a way that eventually it ends up at zero, just when the lottery winner no longer needs to be paid. Let's change our original guess to $300,000. This at least is more reasonable because the amount of money in the account is going down. Let's see what happens as the years pass. The lottery winner is 25, 26. Here they are at 32, and the state still has plenty of money to pay them. The problem specifies that the person who wins the lottery is paid until they're 80. Does the state have enough money to pay them until they're 80? The answer, as we can see by the red numbers indicating negatives, is no. In fact, the state runs out of money when the person is 49. They can't take out $20,000 to pay them when they're 50. What we'd like is for the state to run out of money just here. This is the 80th time that the state pays the winner $20,000. When they pay the winner the $20,000 the last time, they should just have used up the money. If they set aside less, then the person won't get the full amount that they were due. If they set aside more, the state is wasting taxpayer money. They set aside more than they needed to. Let's goal seek this to zero by changing the amount that the state sets aside. Here's our answer. If the state sets aside $392,669, that's just enough to pay the winner every year from when they're 25 to when they're 80 and precisely use up the money.